as their guys will do battle with the Washington football team. DeAndre Carter returning it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A give running right, Gibson. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second and 6.
Hey, check that. Tighten down. There you go.
Here's a give to Gibson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They're going to look to throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Well, kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
3 buzz. 52.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Second and 16. Back to throw. Slings this deep for McLaurin. It got his man complete. 20. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
Terry McLaurin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Prescott. In trouble, and he's taken down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Throwing, Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. DeAndre Carter back deep. Pulled in at the 24. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On second down, here's Gibson again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Mike 14.
In your face.
Mike 14. Mike 14. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
I'm going to run you over.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Rip right, rip right.
Play action now. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
You can't block me.
Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
42's the mic. 42's the mic. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Back to throw here. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
The pass complete to Terry McLaurin.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 70
A handoff for Gibson. It's a first down and more for Gibson. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 52 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On first down, right back to Gibson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his second touchdown here in this first half. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. There to stop him was Carlton Davis. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Come on, D. Shift. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Go Mike 42, Mike 42.
They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Mike 42.
They'll try to run it with Gibson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Mike 14, Mike 14. Quit talking about it and bring it.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking deep for Elliott. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Jim, Jim, Jim.
And again, it's Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off down at the 2. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he rifles one incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 42's the mic. 42's the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 92 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First down, Washington.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. You go night. Go night.
Now Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 42. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
14's the mic. 72. Check it out. Mike 14. Mike 14. 19 light. Here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Robert Tonyan, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From the 27, Prescott. Left side to Lamb. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Carter now on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. It's just me and you.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got this, we got this.
They'll go again with Gibson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Mike, right there in the middle, 55. Watch the run. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
They'll run with Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
The tackle made by Brandon Cooker. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Washington.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Time to go. Night. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area, and he just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
Here we go. 19 tight. Check 55. Mike. You can't block me.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Olivier Vernon has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Carter now on the return. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Defense all day. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Once more, Gibson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Mike 42, check. Mike 42.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down.
Check nickel.
Kill. Mike 55.
Gibson again. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
55 is mine, guys. 55.
You want this? Mike 55. All day, punt. Mike 55.
They'll set up to throw.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
And he finds McLaurin. He finds some open field here. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
You got tight right there.
On 1st down, Gibson. Space to run past the 20 and all the way down to the 17-yard line. 152 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Coming after you. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike trap alert.
He's scared.
They'll run. It's Gibson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Right there. There, baby.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Gibson here running out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Tiger, 19, Tiger. 18, Pioneer.
14's the mic. 14 to go.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
15. 3. 31, 46.
Now Dak. That's complete to Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 28 yards on that one. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Check curls. 31's the mic. 47.
Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Prescott. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.